Welcome to Monstieur NAMI, a show where we take anime worlds and unfurl them into gruesome swirls. Let's see what the Monstieur artists have in store for us today.
Brian.
Salutations. Hi guys, my name's Brian. I currently work at Deviation Games. I worked at id Software and Cold Iron Studios, id Doom and Cold Iron on Aliens. And I am a concept artist here to talk to you guys. Do I just keep going?
If you want to.
Whatever you want.
Well, I don't know if it's like
No. Yeah, like so. Obviously, you're totally remote right now.
Mhm.
Okay, so where are you located?
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm in LA now. Just moved over here.
Oh, we're neighbors. I gotta come visit.
Yeah. I moved. Let's see, probably about 2 months ago. So I guess we could rewind and we'll start in the beginning. Started at 38 Studios, which is a studio in Boston, way back in 2011-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Right after college, they shut down. It was the one started by Kurt Schilling, the Red Sox pitcher who had the bloody sock and won the 2004 World Series. Great times.
Wow, that's a trip.
Started a video game company. It all went to shit eventually because of a lot of interesting things happening, unfortunately. So they shut down, and then I decided I wanted to get more into concept, not 3D. And that's when I don't know. I practiced and trained very hard for a full year, and then I got lucky enough to jump into id Software right when they were starting up the new version of Doom 2016. Their prior version was nicknamed Call of Doom, and they weren't too happy with that, so they we revamped everything. It was a completely new team headed by Hugo Martin. He's currently the creative director there right now. He was the art director back then, and he pretty much built the team from ground up. And made Doom 2016. It was a lot of fun. That's where I grinded most of my gears.
So you were there in early production.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Relatively. I mean, so we got to keep a little bit of the stuff, some of the basic stuff from the Call of Doom. I don't want people to take that out of context. It's not like it's not much, but we had, your basic movement, some of your shooting, and some of your mantling already figured out. But in terms of environment work, character, and weapon, probably about 90% of it was completely new. But yeah, that was where I really first grinded my gears, trying to understand, my process, form, shape, all that stuff. They pushed me pretty hard, and it was worth it. They were work hard, play hard kind of mentality, and I appreciate it. I wouldn't take it back for anything.
And right now, are you working on a specific project, or you can't say?
I'm at Deviation Games, so it's we can say that we are working on a project.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of ex-Call of Duty guys came over to start this studio, but I don't want to say anything else besides that.
That's probably a big hint on what you guys are working on, but yeah, I dig it.
I'll just say it's within my wheelhouse.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, and you do a bunch of amazing guns and vehicles and all kinds of a lot of stuff that's hard surface. That's your jam, right? For the most part.
Yeah, sci-fi, hard surface, props, weapons, vehicles, stuff like that.
Now, Tony Munti. How do I say the last name?
It's Montan.
Like mountain. Montan.
Yeah, it's like Mountain Man.
Mountain Man.
That's exactly what it is.
I like it. That's your fighting name. Tony the Mountain Man. Comes out.
Oh yeah.
So are you freelance? Tell us about you, please.
Yeah. My name is Tony Montan. I'm an artist living in Romania right now.
Hell yeah. Romania.
Yeah.
Alexandria.
Vampires.
A lot of big things come from Romania.
Yeah.
Good guys.
Vampires.
Yeah. Well, let's leave this for later. I want to ask you something.
Sure.
But I'm I'm working as a freelancer right now. But when I'm not taking commissions, I'm working on my portfolio to just keep getting it better and better and just writing.
Well, your drawing skills are amazing. If anybody's seen your, I don't know if any of you guys have seen his stuff in here, but
I took a peek. It's pretty dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're great at drawing, bro. So
It's the ones you just showed on Instagram, right, James?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's amazing, dude. You're really good at drawing.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Like, yeah, I'm not happy.
Well,
Obviously.
no, that's part of it, dude. We're all. You have to learn to love your curse. That's part of like there's vampires and then there's artists. Like artists, they just suck their own soul and blood and like they just push it, like push it down until you almost explode, and then like you kind of open up again and you're happy for a little bit, and then you almost explode and rinse and repeat.
That's something you hear a lot from people that draw well, is that they're never happy with the drawing,
Yeah.
with the drawing skills. Yeah.
Yeah, but I felt I had to say it because that's me.
Yeah, obviously.
We're all.
Everybody.
Yeah, that's everybody, bro. You gotta love your dark side. You know, like the dark side
If
of the
people
force.
happy with their art, suck.
Yeah, that's actually a good point you got there.
Like I'm the best, you suck.
Yeah, yeah.
I love my art. Just saying.
Do you? Everyone you're happy with, you're not hating
I'd say I'm okay. I don't know. Depends on what you guys mean by it. Just throwing it out there. I'm relatively happy with it, but there's always places to push.
But
See,
you
that's
are,
it.
but
You're
you're,
good. That means
But-
you're good.
Yeah.
but you are self critical, right?
Yeah.
A little
I
bit.
used to be a lot harsher on myself, and now it's a little taxing to do it too much. You know, I used to beat myself up pretty hard on that. So I get what you guys are saying. I just making the counterpoint, being like, sometimes it's okay to just not invest my energy in hating my shit and try to just, maybe, I don't know, go do something productive.
Mhm.
But I'm not that. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree. There is like a certain level of self-criticism that is not healthy.
Mhm.
And you see it a lot in forums, and you know this like gruesome dagger style, like, hey, here's my stuff, kill me, and everyone's like, oh, the elbow is wrong, and this, it's you should be able to criticize yourself, but not to a point where it's like you can't enjoy your own art.
I think that's just the early, like when you first start doing art in general, that's like the first 5 years of what you're doing. Like you're just hating everything that's coming like out of you, just hating it and trying so hard, and then you find a level to where you're like pretty good at what you're doing. You're not where you want to be, but you're pretty good. Like you're okay. You're like coastable, but you still have that hate. Like it's still there enough to where you're still improving, but it's just not. It's not tearing you up so much anymore. Or you're just used to it. It's like a callus. You're like, yeah, that's just a separate part of me. So.
Well, I'm glad I started the subject, but that's not really what I was saying.
Oh, go on.
Sorry.
Go on. Sorry, Tom.
I pretty much said it. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to better my portfolio so I can do better work, and at the same time I'm working what I get, and yeah, I have a few personal projects right now that I haven't shown to except my friends, but I just wanna release them all at once because otherwise I just won't finish them. I know, but by now I know myself a bit, and I know if I show a whip or something, I just will never finish it because I get the likes, I get the comments, and I'm just happy with it. So I will never finish the stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point, actually. You like bleed it out. You you get your pop shot too early. It's good to kind of finish that stuff out, and or put yourself in a hole to where you do like a crowdfunding, and you're forced to finish it in X amount of time. I know. you know, either one. You know, there's
I wouldn't know.
but
I was gonna ask you something. About showing your personal projects too early. How do you go about it? Normally, I feel like some people post their world building, whatever, character design or whatever they're doing for their own personal projects. They already have a name, and they show this stuff. They receive praise maybe for it, but then it kind of already achieves the personal goal of feeling good about it, and you haven't finished the project. So it's like that little medal that you put yourself, like, oh cool, I made something people like, is already done. So you're not so hungry to blow people's minds.
I mean, I am, but I know because I tried doing that before. I know it doesn't work. So I would just never finish anything.
Yeah.
With that. So I'm just, because the most recent illustration I finished was, I started this as part of a contest, and I was just not happy with how it turned out by the deadline, right?
Okay.
So I thought, well, I could post the week for the contest just to have it there, but I didn't want to show it to anybody, so I ended up not posting anything. But then I kept working on it. I was still excited.
So you ended up not participating in the
I ended up not participating, but
you joined your own contest.
In the end, I made the best image I made up until now, because I was still, I really enjoyed working on it, which wouldn't have happened if I had shown away
early.
So
you busted through a wall. Yeah, that's part of it. But introductions. I think.
We gotta get it going.
Alejandro, you go. Introduce yourself, pretty please.
I'm a freelancer from the beginning of my career. I just did 6 months in studio. That was a long time ago in Indonesia, in Jakarta. But there I learned, I was earning probably equivalent of $400 a month working for pretty big games. So you know how all these big game companies just get these studios in Malaysia and Indonesia, and they do all their assets and stuff like that. So I was working on that, seeing the dark side, where you have a lot of labor for basically nothing on projects that make a lot of money. But still, it was very competitive, and you have very good artists on the other side, in Indonesia and Asia, basically, right? And so I learned a lot there. Went my own way, trying to make a bit more money with freelancing. I realized, that there was this whole industry, basically, I didn't know, and I started working from the bottom on tabletop games, little card games, stuff like that. Ended up achieving my dream of working for Magic the Gathering, which lasted not too long. It lasted I made probably 3 or 4 cards, but it wasn't really my jam. I didn't like working for this type of companies. Nothing against them. It's just I wasn't enjoying it. I was already getting used to the freedom of creating whatever you want, and so I'm now working on comic books, which is new for me, but that's what I've been doing for the last year and a half, 2 years. on my own project, on a Kickstarter, no, Indiegogo, on a crowdfunding campaign. So I I managed to crowdfund my own project, and it's a whole other thing. Like, you're your own boss, but you have a lot of people that are expecting something from you. So that's a whole other, a whole other thing there. But it's awesome, and I'm working on my book every day, doing pages, and it's a horror story called Long Harbor, and hopefully I'm done in a couple months, and that's it.
Awesome.
Nice.
Thank you.
Bodega pants.
Alright, Bodega Pants. Alright, so my name's Bodega. I'm the current hype man expert for the Monstieur group. I work behind the scenes doing pop culture analytics, so that we get some, we can get some views out here. You know what I'm saying? I work really hard. I dwell in the meme world. I'm out here. I'm working.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna make this a anime only. Not just kidding. we're just gonna do our thing, man. But I work hard with James, trying to get these polls going, and for the most part, I go back and forth with the artists, and we come up with these stupid ass ideas, and hopefully they win. So that's what I do. The Anime Alliance.
Anime. Yeah, he's pushing hard on the anime. If you guys notice, I don't know if you guys been following it. The last few prompts have been anime, but it seems like people kind of dig it. Anime's pretty popular. It seems like something that can kind of be fleshed out. So
yeah, we got Gundam coming up.
I'm willing to take that.
Gundam.
Oh, dude, that's Brian Flynn. That's Brian Flynn's soul.
Dude,
That might be
Gundam.
too direct. Yeah.
That's
Next thing you know, it's gonna be furries. Jeez, careful.
Whoa.
Just kidding.
No
I'm kidding.
alphabet talk here, bro.
Hey, you didn't say that was against the rules.
Yeah. No, we're good, brother. We're good.
I'm kidding.
They are the social media police.
Yeah. Anyway, Jesus Christ.
I didn't know that. Okay, sorry.
Alphabet people run the social networks, all right?
All right, canceled, Monstieur.
I've been canceled.
Well, that was quick.
Thank God I don't got no social media besides Facebook.
Only took 10 minutes.
All right, here we'll do mine real quick because we're doing a long intro. All right. Okay. Well, I'm J.R. Coffrin. I'm also James. If you know me personally. I am the host of the show. I've been working at this little channel for a little while. I do it as kind of like a kind of community service, try to meet people. Art's not very balanced for me. I'm an extrovert, so I kind of feel like I'm inside a little dungeon most of the time. So this is a nice way for me to meet new people and kind of immerse myself into the art world, I suppose. In the past, I've been freelance, and I used to also be a blackjack dealer, which was part time, which is kind of weird. But that was a bitchin' job while it lasted. But I started falling apart from that job, and now I'm doing the art. I got some sweet new gigs recently, and I can't talk about those either. But things are moving along. Anyway, so long intro. We're doing the Colossal Titan. Hope we didn't bore you guys to tears with our life stories, but we got some stuff to show you guys. Let's get into it, and then let's chit chat about it. So Tony, let's go through your stuff first. How about that?
I'm first.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Or you want Brian? No, let's go Brian first. Let's go
Hey.
Brian. I feel like
Yo,
Brian
don't
wants to go
rob
first.
him. He's about to jump out the chair.
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah, he's jumping out the chair.
You're pumped? You're pumped? Okay, well, let's do Tony then. Let's go Tony.
Okay.
I'm gonna share it. Here we go.
He's ready, bro.
Keeping us on our toes.
I know.
Ride or die, bro.
Here. No.
Oh, shit.
I'm doing too much. I'm doing too much.
This is a sketch.
Hell yeah, sketches are king, bro.
All right. So tell us about your like what you were thinking when you.
But show the one that's more
The middle one or the
I don't know. I cannot see the.
Untitled 1 or Untitled 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
So take me on the journey. Take us all on the journey.
So, first of all, I've never seen the anime,
Oh,
so
no.
I just joined the show. I thought, well, I'm gonna do something, but I avoided watching the show because it didn't appeal to me. I don't know.
It didn't to me either until I started watching it. It's actually a good show. So
That's where I'm going.
okay, go.
That's where because I said, well, I gotta watch at least one episode to kind of get the hang of it. I watched the first episode, then I binged the first two.
Oh,
yeah.
It was, yeah, so it was actually pretty good because, yeah, but still, for me, an anime pulls me in by its visuals, right? But visuals as in just how it looks. I like the 90s animes. How
Ninja
that
Scroll.
looks like.
Ninja Scroll.
yeah.
Yeah, that era. Me too. Akira, that was 80s, but
Yeah, exactly. But with this it doesn't matter. The story is good. So yeah, I was looking at I didn't get into the anime to get much of the story, but I was reading about the Colossal Titan, and it said that it self-destructs by releasing steam. I mean, it can release steam, and at some point, it damages him, right?
Yeah.
Is that true?
I don't know. I'm only on episode 3, bro. I don't
If
know.
you binge watch it, we can't really spoil anything from you. You got to catch up.
Yeah, don't.
I mean,
Don't ruin it for yourself. Yeah.
I can't. All I can tell you is that it's a defense mechanism, so they can't attack at the steam.
All right.
okay.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
an AoE.
That's
Yeah,
from the
it's
Monstieur
acceleration by
expert.
doing that.
Yeah, I wanted to play with the Steam idea, and all I could think about was like a fancy teapot, right? Like
Yeah, like these holes
like
right
a
here.
kettle, right? So yeah, I just played around with the teapot and with the ornate teapot theme, right? And made that armor for him.
Yeah, because it's also a bit Victorian, right? The whole design of the world, right? So did you get inspired by that?
No.
Is it Victorian? Yeah.
No, it's World
It's like
War.
medieval. It's medieval. It's like
The show? You mean
Yeah.
the show?
yeah, it's a little bit like medieval. Like there's like hatched roofs and like castles and giant walls.
Well,
and-
could
Yeah,
you
the
call it
show
really
looks
light steampunk? Really, really light?
Okay, like diet steampunk. I'm with that.
I mean, they use gas-powered stuff. I don't know.
Okay, I didn't get that far. I'm on episode 2.5. I didn't get that.
Oh,
far.
I mean, the guys, the people who fly around.
Okay, yeah, diet steampunk. Yeah, a lot of anime kind of goes off the grid with their genre, which is cool. I think that's the thing that people really appreciate about anime. Like it's not quite what for instance, like Final Fantasy or something. It's not like a standard fantasy. It's kind of, I don't know,
Right.
weird, but in a good way. A lot of that's, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway, so before you started working on this particular one, because this is your most finished one, is this after you watched the show, or is this pre-watching the show?
No, it's after. I didn't pick up the pencil before I watched the show.
Okay, that's the best, I think. For most of these prompts that we've done in the past, I've tried
I mean, I would do that with something that I have already seen, right?
Uh-huh.
If we were doing something I had already seen, I would just draw something from memory to just get started with, guided by my impression of how it all was, then compare it, right? But if I haven't seen it at all, yeah.
So, what was the concept with the eye on the top of the dome?
Oh, yeah, just he's faceless, and I wanted to do an eye. And I have been looking at a lot of Zelda recently, and it just yeah, in the Zelda games, the bosses have like this weak spot, an eye.
The eye. Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to. Well, it kind of works against it because my idea was you can see the muscles, right? In front, he's not covered with anything because in the anime, their weak spot is like,
The nape of the neck.
yeah, that's how I call it.
Yeah, the back of the neck. Yeah, that makes sense. I said
Yeah, so
to
I
have the
wanted
eye on
to-
top. It makes a lot of sense if that's like that would be the weak point, the neck. Like so you can kind of see like if they're trying to pop down on them, like surprise them, mess them up, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
bad, though.
Yeah.
my thinking that they're pretty much they can regenerate if they're hit anywhere else besides the nape of the neck, right? So I wanted to just cover them up with armor in the back, but the front can be bare. And just because I like that a crochet aesthetic that the original design had, right? You can see it has no skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was why. But yeah, that because if you look at that eye, it kind of looks like a weak spot, right?
Yeah,
But
of course.
If
Yeah.
you cover it back with armor, saying that why cover it with armor because that's the weak spot. Then which one is it?
Okay.
I can see the flaw.
Oh, so the armor is more for confusion rather than to actually protect them. You're saying?
My computer.
Hey, Brian.
No, but
Yep.
What did this fit in the Doom universe, though?
I technically,
Like,
yeah,
design?
you could go to if it was pure the Hell version, I think you could keep pretty much all of that. If you were gonna go for like UAC transformed, you just replace a couple of the armor bits with a little bit of sci-fi gear. It wouldn't be far off, and then maybe a couple pipes and shit like that. But yeah,
Yeah, going into the skin like that.
yeah, he's kind of like a Hell Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool. He could come with a AOE attack. So like, normally that guy jumps around a lot. You bait him into a jump and then you shoot him. But maybe now he has like a gas attack. Anyway, sorry.
No, I like it.
nah,
You're
that's why I asked you.
immersed in. You might be a moose too. I don't know. Yeah, you're immersed in the Doom world, so that's it's an interesting take for sure.
Do you guys know if there is any Attack on Titans video games?
2.
yeah,
Are they good?
The second
I
one's
don't-
better than the first. Don't even buy the first one.
Oh, okay.
What's it for? PlayStation or
Every system. You can buy it on the computer.
do you get to like Spider-Man or across the city?
I'll be honest. I'm not paying that price. So
How do you know this? How do you know the second one's better then?
Based on me being cheap and looking at reviews.
Okay.
You know,
All right.
That research-
I want to pay like $25. I don't want to pay $60.
Mm.
Sorry.
So Tony, this is your initial sketch for this final
yeah,
right here.
I just this one is just I wanted to show it because I know people like to see these early sketches. I know I do. So yeah, this was the initial, and I just
And then you have this. Was this when you were trying to explore to try to find out what you wanted to do right
no
here?
here I already knew. I mean 80%.
Oh, so you're just trying to find you already knew, but you just didn't, like, you're just exploring the design a little bit further, I suppose? Like with the side of the head.
Yeah.
You do this all digital, right? Digitally.
Well, I did this digital, yes, but doing it like this, in this manner, it's much more efficient to do it on paper. Because it takes me a lot longer to do it digital, to have this pencil. I feel, I mean, I don't even know if it feels like pencil, but I know I draw it like I am drawing it on paper, and on paper is faster. But I don't have a scanner, and it's just training. Yeah.
You use Photoshop or Clip Studio or maybe something else?
No, this was Photoshop.
Photoshop.
How'd you come up with the stance? How did you figure out how you wanted to pose?
Well, I just imagined him, because at first I wanted to do like a full scene, not fully rendered illustration, but I wanted to draw him like far off in the mountains, right? And you would have the castle in the foreground. So I just imagined how would he walk? How would you see? Like, I imagine the scene when you would see him, if you were to just like walk on top of the castle and just see him walking towards you, right? So yeah, but I didn't have time to do that scene, but I kept the pose.
So basically, you kind of kept like they kind of lumber along in the anime, but you kind of amplified that a bit some with their body language. He looks a little bit more like kind of like zombie pose, I suppose, than the
more beast-like, more feral, I would say.
Well, this one for sure. This pose right here. This one looks a little bit more zombie-ish, like he's kind of lumbering through. This one looks like he's gonna pounce on you and rip your head off.
So, last question on this. So after you saw the first show and you binge watched it, like, what was your official opinion on the design? Like, what went through your head? You're like, yo, fuck, this show's good. I'm gonna draw.
So,
yo, don't hate on my anime, bro.
I hate the type, because maybe it's part of the story, and I just didn't get to it, right? But it's just weird. They just oversized naked people, which I can see they are creepy, but whatever. But the other guys, the soldiers, right? Man, I love. I really
love the soldiers. You love the soldiers?
Like the people, right? The humans, right?
Yeah, the humans. I like those devices. Maybe I don't know. I like it.
He didn't like it.
You didn't like. You like their devices. You didn't like it though. Well,
there's also. I did, but partially. But I really like the swords. I think that looks really good.
Well, they have different design constraints because they have to, everything has to be animated, so everything's gonna they got to design within that spectrum. They can't have something just be like have all the bells and whistles. It's got to be a good design, but also be simple because they got to move that shit around all the time.
No, yeah. I like the design, though. As I said in the beginning, when if I watch anime, it really pulls me in by how it looks, and I like that 90s look in an anime, and the use of 3D really throws me off, right? I get it. It's because it's cost efficient, and it doesn't really bother me, but it kind of throws me off.
It's garbage.
You're saying it's garbage and you hate it, right?
Yeah, he hates it all.
You're saying it's cheating, it's garbage, and you hate it, right?
No, it's just.
I'm totally playing. I'm playing.
Of course, I get it. But I don't know. I've seen it work better in some other instances, right?
Well, I feel like the Dragon Ball Super Digital freaking reboot sucks compared to the hand-drawn shit from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. Well, see, and the new Dragon Ball, what's it called? The Super, or is it something new?
Super garbage. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like at all how that looks. But I recently watched the original Dragon Ball from the 80s, right? And I love how that looks.
Well, it's funny too. Kid Goku up to no good all the time.
Yeah, it's really funny. I mean, it surprised me how funny it really was, especially the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, Momo was trying to be like a hooker. You saw that? She was trying to kill herself with Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
She's like, yo, Goku, I'll let you touch me. He's like, what the hell's that? I don't want that shit. He didn't know.
Yeah, playing on that innocence of a kid was really funny because he lived in the mountains alone and didn't know anything about the real world.
Yeah.
What are you? She's like, I'm a girl. He's like, you're a girl?
Let me see.
Whoa, wait. We gotta stay on subject soon because we're gonna keep moving.
Look at my shirt, bro. I was ready.
No, I got you. Let's get a shot of that shirt. Let's see that shirt. Let's see that. No, bro, you got the wrong. Where's your Attack on Titan shirt, bro? What's up?
Oh,
wrong fucking
I got
shirt.
I got Attack on Titan underwear.
Oh, okay, all right.
Just red.
Well, anyway, Tony, this is a great piece. You said you didn't finish. Like, as a standalone drawing, it's fantastic. So you're all done with it. I mean, not all done with it, but like leaning into it when you first started working on it. What was your biggest hurdle?
Just getting over my
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. So I don't know why it happened, right? Why I had it, but it just was so hard for me to start working on this and even keep going, right? Because I was second guessing myself every step of the way.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it really took a long time, longer than usual, at least.
No, I feel you. Yeah, that happens sometimes. It happens to all of us. Like you got to try to figure out how to get yourself back into that flow state. That's when it just kind of comes out of you.
Yeah.
But okay, so what's your favorite part about what you did? You hate it.
Yeah.
No.
You hate it.
No, actually, I actually like how the design turned out. I still think it needs more work, but yeah, it's a bit incomplete in some parts. But yeah, I like how the design turns out. Turned out.
Okay, so you're happy with how the design turned out overall, but you but you still want to finish it. Like I think it's great. It's wonderfully drawn. The pose is nice. You have these guys like from the show that are, swinging in on him, trying to mess him up.
Trying to get that name.
Yeah, it doesn't look stiff at all. It's beautiful drawing. So great work, man.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Pretty good.
All right, Bryant.
Howdy.
Brylord.
Brylord.
That is I.
Brian Flynn. Please, would you be a doll and expose yourself to the camera for all of YouTube to see? Yes, that's what I want.
Where's the dang button? Bottom left, you said, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All these little notifications. Get out of the way. And it is right there. Okay.
Right there.
Click.
There you are.
You like that? You like this?
Look at that.
Yeah, I like
Right there.
that.
Right there.
Okay.
Right there. Right there. Right there.
Right there.
Yeah, that's it, dude. That's sick.
Yo, bro. The line is not a line.
It did
What?
not finish.
That's a Gundam?
That's why he got all happy about the Gundam thing. So
Bro,
this-
you're on that next show, right? Thank you.
That'd be too straightforward, right?
He just basically auditioned right there.
yeah, you're on, bro. You're in.
You're on. You just didn't hit.
So
Yeah.
Wow,
Br-
that's
Brian-
crazy.
Brian, can you zoom out a little bit on your autistic rendition of the Colossal Titan? No, not that far.
Okay.
A little bit more.
Wow.
Yeah, that's about right. So people get, because it's a little cut off via the channel with the, I don't know how it's framed. So I just want people to be able to see the whole thing.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
why do you keep the white frame on the bottom and on the right? Okay, that's just a mistake. Okay, sorry.
What are you talking about? My work is also not done, but there are a lot of lines, a lot of flipping windows.
Dude, that
There's
is
a lot of windows.
that makes my stomach hurt. Like seeing
Yeah.
how many my hand is cramping as I'm looking at it.
Well, thankfully I didn't have to draw every single one. I just duplicated the crap out of them, but it's still kind of annoying. But I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah.
I love the city, the helipad. I think that's what it is.
Oh my god, everybody, that's funny. I had a friend, he's like, they all saw the damn helipad. Oh, okay.
It's right there, bro.
Right there. It's just like, hey, this guy, he just needs to go and he just needs to jump over there.
Well, it has like
It's like
He's like, boo! And then he goes over here and shoots him in the neck.
yeah.
So originally I wanted, I heard the prompt and like, this is awesome. I'm really kind of busy with work and then a personal project that I haven't really shared with everybody yet, but I was like, wait a minute, this prompt actually is pretty dang close to a personal project. So I figured, why not two birds, one stone? So that's why this big old Titan dude doesn't really look Titan-y, but I figured out I might be able to get away with a little bit of it. I make him just about as big. I gave him he's very cybery. I just figured, what if Attack on Titan was way in the future? And when I first drew his pose, I was like, oh man, he's really aggressive here. That probably means he's super fast. Meaning, I was like, well, these guys could just use the rope vine thingy, but I have to look this way. That's the camera. I could just use the rope vine thing, but I figured I'd give him a lot of jetpacks and stuff, because if this guy's gonna be like, leaping and boosting through a city and just destroying it, these guys are gonna have to be a lot faster. And I wanted to give. There were gonna be two other little dudes on this picture, but I didn't get to them yet. But they will be.
Where?
Let's see. I would have to hide this version. Let me see. Is he in this version? Oh yeah. So one of them right there. It's very.
Oh yeah.
He's getting shot by this ball laser thing. Like that.
hell yeah.
And this guy, he's got his little happy whips. And this is attached to something over there, and that's attached to something over there. And he's boosting, and he's gonna shoot him. Right
Oh, dude,
about
that's
there.
sick. That adds so much more to have those little guys there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this guy just landed, so he'll. I was thinking these disc things are what kind of like multi-directional shoot their little web slingers, because you can't hold a big honking freaking gun with two hands and web sling. So that's why I gave him those little plate things. So currently they're not in it, but that other guy they'll come back. You can kind of see right here. There's like a weird line of like nothing right here. Because I avoided it, because I will put them in later. But yeah.
Can you two give us a pretty good zoom in up down sexy shot so we can get a shot of all the juicy detail that you put into this baby? Yeah.
This guy, he's got 1, 2, 3. Actually, hold on. I need to use my pen. I can't use this thing. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's got 10 thrusters. Well, technically these are 2, so that would be 12. So he can go.
He can move. This guy's moving.
That's so crazy.
This is the helipad, the one that everybody seems to like.
Well, it's got a bunch of leading lines and plus arrows pointing to the H. like pretty
Yeah.
much. So,
Put a little-
and it's in the center of the image, so everybody's gonna look at that. So it works because it tells a story, like where that dude's planning on going. Maybe like you drew that little picture. So
I think this is the most detailed background on the history of Monstieur.
I would have to say so. Yeah.
Just remember, it's all repeated shapes.
Still though, bro,
Don't lie to yourself. This is.
it makes my hand cramp. My hand's cramping.
See, like, I just take one of these and I go bam, 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 like that.
Still
And
cramping.
then when I have
You gotta
enough,
click, bro. That's mad work, bro. Clicking it yourself, bro. My carpal tunnel, man, it hurts.
yeah,
Okay.
I know. Yeah. You can see all the little cities and this guy. Oh, let's zoom out. He's really angry.
So are you a fan of the show or what?
Yeah, I thought it was. I watched it when I first there. I thought it was pretty dang cool. Then there was that massive freaking break. It was like what 5, 6 years, 7? I don't remember. For the next season, so I kind of lost steam for me. But it was pretty neato.
There was some anime strike going on.
Yeah, they did work them pretty dang hard. All the animators were.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
sweatshop of art.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get those pretty animations for free.
Yeah.
We all know don't like to work.
They got them like Apple. They got like suicide nuts. Like when you're tired of work, you just jump out the building, come back.
Yeah, man.
You know, suicide is killing it. Getting out of work. Man. I don't want to do this, so I kill myself, bro.
But just like you guys said, you know, adversity brings out the art in us. So you know, that's
Oh,
just how
wow.
it gotta be. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Please don't.
Wait, do you think your art would be better if you had a suicide net and you just jump out the window, just kill yourself?
Yeah, just go through the motion, you know?
Okay.
Like, you're not going to die, but you get to feel like you're going to die for a little bit, and then you come back to work the next day
Well, you might
refreshed.
shit yourself, because that's kind of high. You might take a shit on yourself, but
But that's part of the experience. That's like those people that get those gnarly tattoos that, like, it's called, like, blackout or something, where they just drill on their arms and their back, all over their face, just for, like, 8 hours. They have, like, a near-death
it's like-
experience.
Well, this sort of ties into what you were saying before, but you need to get out of your little shell once in a while.
Mm.
And sometimes you got to take those little bit of those risks, or life is just going to get really repetitive and boring.
Yeah.
There's that Alan Watts dude who's like, he's like, what was it? Something like, if you dream a dream and you could have anything in that dream, first you'd start and you'd have every single pleasure you could imagine. And you're like, okay, this is nice, but eventually you get bored, and then your dream would start shifting. You're like, let's up the ante. And he said, theoretically, eventually you're going to reach exactly where you are now. And I was like, oh, that's pretty dang clever. But point being is, you know, everybody needs adversity. We all need pressure, and we all need things to keep us going.
Yeah,
So-
or we rot. We rot.
Exactly. Yeah. So life is a bit of suffering, but
Yeah.
hopefully we can control it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and art's painful, so for those of you that are watching, you know, this is all for you. You're welcome.
So suicide nets is the way.
Just write your suicide notes, get them out of the way. No, don't
Yeah.
commit suicide. But anyway,
No, you're not dying. You're just pretending.
yeah, don't be a sissy.
Yeah.
Don't commit suicide. You know, do your shit. Shut up.
Jump, like, get caught.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
you're gonna do. So tell me about like the design of your Titan. Like he actually kind of looks like Diablo-esque to me, actually, with the shape of his head and
Oh yeah.
and like, you know, the thing on his back, like just his whole body. He's got a tail. Take me on the journey.
So, to relate it a little closer to what I wanted to work on, the tail was there to bring it closer to a beast-like creature. I didn't want it to be just purely humanoid, but I didn't want to, you know, stray too far from the assignment either. In terms of Diablo, you know, I've played the games; they're really fun. As I guess combining, what I realized when I made Attack on Titan sci-fi, it just started looking like Evangelion. I'm like, fuck, we're going with that. And Evangelion plus dinosaur mech. I can't remember. There was a Japanese artist who did some pretty badass stuff like that. Yeah, I could definitely see the, you know, where you're going with the Diablo, especially because the main demon has this kind of body shape.
Yeah, very similar. Very similar.
Yeah, yeah. yeah, I guess, let's see. Yeah, I think I just, for this one, because as you guys were talking about earlier, it was kind of hard for me to start because I was busy and all that bullshit. Oh, here's the city I kind of started with. You can kind of see where some of the buildings take their inspiration from, very lightly.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. I can see
Right.
that. That's smart.
Is that a render or a real picture?
Oh, it's a real picture. You can
Okay.
see these beautiful
Watermarks.
watermarks.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started that to get like my basic layout, and then I used Lazy Nezumi to just like draw a bunch of perspective lines. So I matched the perspective. So that's a program that like if you draw it, it'll keep you on the perspective axis. So it's
Oh,
actually
How is it called again?
Lazy Nezumi. So
right. Writing that
yeah.
down.
Oh, but Clip Studio has the same feature.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I don't know. I just I don't know actually how to spell it. Something like that.
It does, but it's so complex to me. I don't understand anything. How to get
Well,
Yeah.
tools or no tools, I don't have the knowledge to draw it. Like,
I wonder if I can.
So-
Usually I turn it off. 'Cause
lazy
when
visually
I'm not
enough.
using it. I wonder. Yeah. So here it is. It pops up in front. New version. That's nice. So you turn it on, and let's see if I can get it to work. Ah, there we go. So you see these perspective grids? I'm gonna just hide. So right now it's not matching to anything, and then I go. There you go. So if this was the perspective I wanted, oh, I need to use a layer. Beep, click, click. Motherfucker. Okay.
it works as an extension for Photoshop?
Yeah, yeah.
So
just
it's a plugin,
overlays
right?
it up. Yeah. So here I can just, this is thick lines, but it'll, as I'm drawing, it just like stays in perspective.
Oh,
So if I need to
dude.
like watch, oh well, this is an extreme. We should probably zoom in a little bit.
Oh, I'm getting that for the comic. For
oh,
sure.
that's wonderful.
Right? Like,
What
look,
about curved stuff? Curved stuff.
They do have it. I just haven't learned how to use it. They do have like there's one that does circles in perspective. So like it'll like once you have the thing lined up here, like on the wall, it'll just make your a perfect circle. But I forget how to do that.
Okay.
There's a buddy of mine, Tunser, who who knows, maybe I'd recommend maybe for another guest on the show.
He's been on the
he
show
knows-
before.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah,
Well,
actually.
Yep.
I thought it was all cool. Never mind. Yeah, he knows how to use this a lot better, and he might, maybe, gonna just keep saying it, do a Gumroad on it, and that'll help a lot of people. But I don't want to give anything
Yeah. No, I
away
got you.
for him on that.
No
But,
free pop shots. I got you.
But you know, it's a. So what I used it mainly just to kind of do a really quick. Oh, you can see part of it. I ended up erasing it because I'm a poop head. But
Yeah, you are. Poop head.
so you can see like I just did really random, basic, arbitrary lines, but they're all in perspective. So
Yeah.
that just gave me a really good base. Like you can always plot out your perspective, but this was a little more specific, and it took 5 minutes to do this. Less than 5 minutes. They're just like blah, 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 you know, all over the place.
That's awesome.
And then, oh yeah, this is like a pre-sketch thing. You can sort of see.
So you're just thinking on the canvas with perspective. You don't have to. I like that way of leaning into things, like just getting it out there without too much thought, and then letting the cards fall where they lie, right?
Exactly. Yeah, it's because I kind of started this a few days ago, and I was like, you need to do this fast, and you're not. You can't really. I have no time to make real decisions. It's like it's ride or die, baby. And it was kind of a fun exercise to just be like, you know, sometimes I'd noodle on the design. I'd be like, oh, this isn't right. It's not good. And this time I was like, oh, you will make that building. It doesn't matter if it looks good or not. You just make a shit ton of windows.
And that's the answer. More windows, more power. More power.
I guess so. I mean, it is like a blitz of just information. So I mean, but when you apply color, it's kind of scary how like I mean, it's good. It falls flat a little bit. So like, I mean, there's no lighting information on the characters right now, but like one thing I learned, especially at id, was that I'd make a lot of like fun designs, and then I'd put color and tone on it, and realized that I didn't actually add that much detail. It was mostly lines, not describing shape or form, but just describing like cut lines or edges. So like, I guess you could say like a lot of these lines, like over here, this is showing like a bulbous form, right? Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when you design stuff, like let's say we'll go with this guy. If I'm just designing this part right here, like when light hits it, the only thing, this sticks up a little bit, and this has a slight roundness to it, right?
Uh-huh.
And maybe a divot on these parts, but overall it's fairly simplistic. So like back in my older days, I used to think all this line detail meant something, and sometimes it would translate to actual geometry being pushed and pulled, but other times it was just like a lot of cut lines, and it looked fancy in line work, but it looked terrible, like not terrible, but looked worse in actual model or render.
Like too busy, right? Look too busy.
Yeah, it's like if you took like a tube like this, and like back then I wouldn't realize like all I'm doing is adding 500 billion cut lines, and like this is only going to do so much, right? Like when you light this sucker, you're barely going to see these cut lines.
Yeah.
So that's why people put like graphic reads, like they put bigger shapes. This will read. I know that looks terrible, but
So when you say cut lines, is that like specifically for 3D modeling?
Oh no. Cut lines. Sorry. So like again, if this is our box, like if I'm describing how does this, I mean a cylinder. If I'm describing how does this thing open, that's the cut line. You put like little things here, right? Now, if like you see this in Gundam, or like I see this in younger designers where they kind of, they do like all these crazy freaking shapes, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell? Just to look cool.
Yeah.
Like this to me, I'm like, what the hell is all this? But if you group it well enough, but hold on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Point being is when you shine a light on this, if there's no actual depth information like this, like now I'm adding some depth with shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If it's none of that, it's just going to read as a round shape with some stupid lines on it.
Yeah, you could actually get away with the shadow and delete all the cut lines, and it already reads like it gives it implies detail without showing it at all.
Exactly.
Alejandro does a lot of that with his comic, from what I've seen,
Yeah.
and I think that's a stronger way to do it anyway. Because when people look at art or they look at a design, the most impactful part of that design is the overall shape and gesture. That's it. Outside of that, it's just a bunch of bullshit. It's like a bunch of I mean, it can add to it, but like it doesn't add as much as you'd think. As like you're saying, like just adding some color and having some add just a quick little couple shades of color to add some depth, and you're bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like it's like if you made a car and you have your basic car shape and you just put a lot of seam lines everywhere, the car is only going to read as good as its skin really shows off. Like when you ever talk to a car designer, they're talking about how does light hit this car. So they're looking for really subtle ways, like really pinched like lines, or really subtle curves from forward to back, giving it an aggression, angle, and all that stuff. I keep forgetting I have a camera on. Jeez.
Well, nobody can see you right now.
Oh, perfect.
No, there's options to have both within Jitsi. Like you can turn on your camera right now, but if you wanted to, like if you wanted them to see your mug.
Oh, that's okay. But point being is like in a lot of the design, like I try to, if I'm gonna stick only, because one, if I were gonna darken the blacks or whatever they call it, like paint with shadow in this would take 5 trillion times longer. I want to do it. It looks nicer and it usually represents more accurately what's going on. But for now, I just stuck with line because of the too many damn windows. That's why.
No, I got you.
But no, I do agree in general. Like if you can get that, design with shadow in mind, that actually helps a lot of design work, in my opinion.
Yeah, well, it looks great, man. Like it looks great. It reminds me a lot of Mobius, like his kind of art style, like the more kind of like how his lines are and whatnot. Like it's not a replica by any means. Like you have you have your own style, but it gives me like, and I don't study line art myself. Like I paint and goof around with 3D here and there, but but yeah, that's kind of what I thought of when I saw it. What was your biggest hurdle jumping in when you're like, hey, I'm gonna do a Colossal Titan? Like, what?
It was, I guess, going back to convincing myself to just not stop, to make sure that the wheel was always spinning, kind of thing. So I was like, oh, I drew this little thing. I'm like, this is going to be a lot of work, right, Brian? I'm like, yeah, probably. And knowing that, I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to do this, I'm not gonna change or doubt any shape or form. I'm just gonna go and try to make the best of it. And I barely managed to finish the line work, so there you go.
No, you came along. That's a lot of work, bro. My hands still cramping looking at it. But yeah, man, I dig it. Great work, brother. What's your favorite part?
The helipad.
Yeah, it's gotta be the helipad. I had a lot of fun making this dude. I was really happy. He was fun. I mean, the big dude's not really fun, but I don't know. This, when you said you get into your flow state, when I started on this guy, it just happened, and I was like, holy crap! Thank you, Jesus. That was nice. That doesn't always happen.
No, it doesn't. It's like when you get to that point, you stay up 4 hours longer because you finally found it, and you ride the wave.
Yeah, and it kind of gave me that confidence to just like push forward. So it's a bit of luck there, I guess. You're like, yes, continue. But
yeah, man, can't wait to see the finished piece. Yeah. But
yeah,
great.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, now.
Get on it, brother. Get on it. We're all waiting.
Yeah, that looks pretty. If the drawing already looks scary, the rendering to get it to a final colored thing that you can show, it's nuts.
Well, we'll see how far. We'll see how far I'd like to take it. Because there's a couple. I've been trying to figure out approaches and that stuff. And cut me off if I'm going too long on this shit. But
Right.
I'm trying to figure out if I want to do just color or if I want to add color and tone. And then actual rendering, I don't know about that. Too many windows.
Yeah, probably color and tone would be enough. It looks and tone on this type of like environments and hard surfaces just looks awesome. It's since it's also like the mid-tone type of. Have you used mid-tones for rendering? Like the little dots, like the manga.
Oh, the half. What is it called? What is it called? The little dots. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Little dots.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the Japanese mid-tones, like the.
It's halftone.
Is
Is
it
this a
halftone?
program or what is this?
It's
It's just a texture where it's not just.
Oh! Yeah. I know what you're. I'm sorry. I'm such an idiot. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should give that a go. Do you guys know Ryoma? He's another guy in one of the CG Core groups who I think if he's got time, he'd be awesome on this show. He does a lot of like stylized comic work, and I know he knows a lot about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be fun to kind of push this closer to comic book.
It might look more stylized, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it fits it nicely.
Yeah. I mean, this is coming straight out of the Gundam comics I used to read, so yeah, that stuff's fun.
Gundam.
Yeah.
Ryoma, yeah. Well, I'll hit him up, or maybe you hit him up through and say I said hi, and ask him if he wants to come on. Visit.
Yeah, Gundam's next.
Gundam's next. Yes.
Oh, there.
Yeah, Gundam's
Yes,
next.
guys.
Yeah, man. Great piece, Brian. Like that's a lot of. It makes my hand hurt still and my heart. But Gundam's next. Gundam will be on the 29th. So Sunday the 29th, 3 p.m. You guys want to do a little? We're gonna wrap it up. You guys want to? You guys plug your stuff. Tony, mountain, the mountain that rides. Tony, what you got going on? You got a project? You got what's that project that you can't tell anybody about? That's coming. Can you say the name of it?
I mean, it's not. I cannot tell anybody.
But you don't want to show it yet. Can we get excited?
Yeah, I have some fan art project. I'm working on some 25 or so characters.
Oh.
Okay. And nobody's seen any of it.
No, I mean my friends.
Your friends, but not the public. It's not on socials. So, do you have a name for your project? So when you finally pop it, people have something to look forward to when they go to your Instagram or whatever site you got down below.
Yeah, I will post it piece by piece on Instagram. When it's done, I will hype it up by just posting bits. But after it's been done, because I'm not gonna do it now.
No, I understand. But do you have a name for your project? Oh, you don't want to say the name? Okay, no problem, man. No worries. All right.
Elusive.
Tony Montagne.
Yeah,
Tony Montana.
Actually, it's exactly that, but the Romanian version.
No. Okay. I dig it. So,
Yeah.
Find Tony below. There's a big list of artists with everybody's art. Brian Flynn, what you got going on?
I said earlier that this is alluding to a project I'll be working on in the future. It's a bit too early to kind of jump in on that, but you can guess it is mechs versus kaiju kind of spiel. But I don't want to get too far because gotta let it marinate before I show anything. But I guess this is sort of like a pre-step towards that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's that? What does that mean? A kaiju or what?
Kaiju's,
monster.
yeah, the big monsters that are like Cthulhu, but like Japanese style.
Okay. Like
Yeah.
Godzilla is a.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Godzilla,
Okay.
Pacific Rim, all that kind of stuff.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
All
Yeah, in the
right.
meantime, you'll be doing pull-ups.
Oh, yeah.
or cuddling with your square pillow.
It's a good square pillow. It's really good. It's got ears.
Damn, you guys picking apart his liver.
Do you like my galactic body pillow?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. You definitely are a man of comfort. I like it. Square.
The universe. No waifus. I call
No
it
wa-
the universe.
No waifus.
Waifu pillows are mad stiff. You know what
All right,
I'm saying?
we got our we got our HR guy Alejandro Mirabal.
You guys behaved well today. I have nothing to say. I'm not going to to do the same as last time. I think I bleep you, but it was before the show started, so
Cool.
everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
James.
He bleeps me regularly. I got kind of a potty
Well,
mouth.
You have to bleep James
But-
when the light
but-
hits his head weird. You gotta bleep him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bleep me. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Just
Right
randomly
there, bleep
bleep.
him. Bleep him right there. Just hit him right.
Bleep me.
Yeah, just pretend he's swearing all the time.
Bleep me. Mwah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay, so Alejandro Mirabal, he's working on Long Harbor. There's like this crazy shit happening. Look him up. He does a lot of line art too. Like Tony, you do the bitchin' line work. So does Alejandro. Bodega's the man. Tell me about Bodega. What's going on with the Bodega? He's the son of Joe Pesci.
Nah, man, I do powder line work. You know what I'm saying? That way.
All right. No, enough fucking around. All right, so all right. Next show, you guys, is on the 29th. All right, we might be a little more speedy that show. We might have. Usually we have more people. We were gonna have Soren Zaragoza. Did I say? I might have butchered that last name. And who else did we miss? David Igo.
Igo, my bad. I see.
He hates Ego. Don't call him that. Those are fighting words.
My bad. That's my boy.
They had some stuff
Igo.
happen. They weren't able to come on. Maybe we'll have them again on a future show. But we got nice and cozy with a couple people. Hope you guys still enjoy the show. Next one, again, is on, what did I say? The 29th?
29.
3 p.m. And what are we doing?
The Death Scythe Gundam.
Death Scythe Gundam.
Oh, specifically that one.
Duo Maxwell.
Yeah, you gotta
Both
do
of them.
Death Scythe Gundam. So get the fuck ready. We're fucking gonna do it. So, yeah.
You better drug, James.
And yeah, maybe. I don't know, bro. Yeah, I'll probably have time because I'm wrapping up this big shit that I got going on now, and I'll be able to do it. I think I'll be able to do it. Way out of my comfort zone, but I'm probably gonna be able to do it.
Line art.
No, maybe, yeah. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do some line art and be real shitty at it. Anyway, find all the artists that you saw today below, and we're out. Goodbye. Too much. Bye bye. All right. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed, please like, subscribe, hit the bell. Also, follow our socials. We really appreciate your support. Until next time.